Hey, you're listening to Business Talks with Jazmin J. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been rocking with me, thank you for staying tuned in. This is a podcast from the leader's perspective, where we talk strategy, results, and the real behind the scenes of what it takes to build something that lasts. This season is all about legacy, the moves you make now that shape what's to come next. Each week, I'll be coming with new fire episodes. Make sure you're rocking with me and make sure you come out to the live show that we'll have at the end of the season. Stay connected. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Jazmin J, and we are back with another episode of Business Talks with Jazmin J. Y'all know on this platform, we like to talk about culture, family, faith, and accountability. I like to talk to CEOs and founders who are doing amazing things and most importantly, game changers. And today I get to talk to a true game changer down here in Houston, Texas, y'all. Miss Candace Joseph. Welcome to the show. How you doing, love?
Look, I am doing great. Look, thank you for allowing me to be here.
Thank you for coming.
Listen, now you know I'm gonna always pull up for you. You know that.
That's a fact, Candace. You always do. You always say what you need. We tell you what we need, and you have our back. And that's why I'm so excited about this conversation.
Oh yeah, look, I'm excited too.
All right. So today's guest is someone whose brilliance and service continues to shape the Houston business community and far beyond. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, Candace.
Well, I'm Candace Joseph. I am the CEO of the Joseph Consulting Firm, where we make all your marketing dreams come true. I'm also the radio and podcast host of the Business Knowledge Broker Hour with Candace Joseph. Look, we think that entrepreneurs are great and awesome, but we want to make sure that we spotlight community activists and advocates and anyone in the nonprofit sector. And I'm also, a television producer, documentarian, and look, I play a good game of chess as well.
Okay, chess. Come on, chess. All right. Also a recipient of the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
Let me tell you something. When you sit down and you put together a list of every volunteer hour you've ever done, and every project you've worked on, it's like, man, I sat back and I was really kind of in awe about that.
Yeah.
And to be recognized nationally for what I did just in a community space, loving on my community, pulling up for my community was like, wow. You know, it's really kind of life-changing and very humbling too, because you never think about it. Like, I know I don't think about it. I just look at it like I'm being a part of, the servant's path.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're all here to kind of make sure that the world kind of, revolve and we evolve at the same time. So I just feel like another person who's doing their part.
Yeah.
I never thought about it in the space of awards and accolades.
Well, I know that award was much deserved. And as somebody who is trying to do some of the same things down here in Houston, you set you role model for us what that really looks like. And so just from all of the other community leaders, we just thank you for all that you do, for sure.
No, I appreciate it, but it's people in the community who really pushed me forward.
Yeah.
I look at it like, I was always taught, like, if you got beans and your neighbor got rice, y'all got a meal.
Yep.
So I go into business the same way, and I treat each entrepreneur the exact same way. Yeah, I got your marketing mix for you, but you got the soul, you got the brand of your business. Let's put these two things together and make it pop.
Yep.
And that's just what I do.
So as a strategist, a speaker, a host, a mentor, a leader, all the things, what drives your work?
Seeing someone smile.
Huh?
Seeing someone smile.
Oh, yes.
And seeing someone take a deep breath, like, okay, I have someone who is not only seeing me as an entrepreneur, they're hearing my vision, they believe in my vision. And that's with any project I work on. Like, I want people to know, like, you're seen, you're heard,
yes,
and you're appreciated. So how can I show my appreciation to you? Because I look at it like this, it takes a lot of strength to open a business, to run a business.
Ooh,
people don't realize the sacrifice and the stress. And look, for me, the gray hair.
Girl, I got my first 2 gray hairs a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh no, something's got to change.
But I mean, it's just a very humbling feeling for me to see someone smile and know that they accomplished their dream, even if it's for a day.
Yes.
Even if it's for a day, I don't care if it's for a day. You're an entrepreneur for 1 hour. Let's go. Let's go time.
Definitely. I was just telling my dad, who's my business partner, I was like, we were just talking about how I see the world, how I see people. Mm-hmm. And I said, anytime I meet somebody who's brought a vision to reality, no matter what it is and no matter what scale is on, I have so much respect for that person because I know what it takes. Yeah. Like, it's a lot of work to take something from just in your mind to actually being real, and like you said, people don't think about the sacrifices. They don't think about the stress, the tears, the no's, the sometimes feeling like it ain't gonna happen, and the biggest strength is not giving up. Ooh. So anybody that's still pushing through, I'm like, girl, you got it. Keep going because you didn't give up. Because it's easier to just say, you know what, this didn't work out the way I thought it was. I'm going to go over here to something new.
That's true. And we have to remember in entrepreneurship, it's about the long game.
Yeah.
It's about the long game. A lot of times a lot of people get into entrepreneurship because they feel like it's easy, it's a quick buck, it's this and that. It gives you a certain status, but it's some lonely nights.
Yes, for sure.
And when they were talking about early mornings and late nights, like that's no joke. You always have to stay on brand. You have to stay ahead of the curve. You have to stay educated. Like all of that plays a part.
And it's like you have to do the everyday, day-to-day business and be in the future and learn from the past all at one time.
Look, and then in between time, remember to eat lunch, exercise.
Speaking of, I haven't eaten all the day.
Pray.
Yep.
Like you have, you know what I mean? Like,
definitely.
People forget that. Like you have to take time for yourself. You have to make sure you take time for your religious spaces, whatever they are, or if they're not there. And then you have to make sure you have time for family and friends, and keeping yourself balanced. Like it is truly a juggling act.
It is.
People say work-life balance. I say work-life juggle, because you're going to juggle that thing out. And sometimes the work going to get 90 and your family going to get 10.
Yep.
That's just the reality of it.
That's true. That's so true.
Yeah.
So let's dig into all the things that you do, starting off with the marketing and business consulting.
Okay.
So with Joseph's consulting firm, what makes your firm unique and how it supports new and growing entrepreneurs?
We never leave.
Oh, that's good, Candace.
We never leave. Like even after we get you on your way, we get you either launched or in a growth plan.
Yeah.
Like we don't leave.
We're still here.
We still here. Like we don't care if it's 6 months, a year later. If you call us, we're coming. If you send us your flyers to your events, we coming.
Yeah.
Like we are gonna support you no matter what. Like we treat everybody like family. We send, we make sure people understand that they're felt and they're heard. On the anniversary of their company, we send them a gift.
Yes.
We acknowledge their birthdays. We invite our clients out to dinner just to hang out.
Yep.
Hey, let's go shoot pool. Let's, just because you wanna go along for the journey.
Yeah.
A lot
and
of
building
times,
that relationship.
Yeah. We forget, like when we are especially when you service based, like you're doing a service for someone, but you're going along on their journey.
Absolutely.
The whole trip. So to me, the trip didn't stop when your invoices stop. I got to keep going with you. I got to keep going.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you specialize in helping clients from launch to growth.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most overlooked step in building a business that lasts?
Most companies don't really know what a brand is. They don't know what a brand is. Like a brand is not your logo. It's not your tagline. It's not the colors. It's not the psychological colors. Oh, if I pick this color, that color. It's not about that. It's about the actual soul.
Yeah.
You could just be a name, or you could just be an individual who has a great product and have a great service. But it's all about the soul of the business.
Yes.
People want to know the brand. They want to know the soul. They want to know why they should support, but they want to know your journey. And so I tell people all the time, you have to remember, yeah, it's business, but don't forget you're human.
Yeah.
You got to mix a little bit of humanism within your business at all times. So if people forget, your brand of your business is your soul. It's your soul.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I went through a rebranding with CCN at the end of last year. Yeah. And when I came back from vacation, that's what I told the team. I was like, we have to show who we are. That's what it is. It's like, yes, we're community cultivators, but what is that? What does that look like? And we start by showing them who we are as a company. And that starts with me showing who I am as a visionary behind this brand.
Yep.
And that's been game changing. It's really changed the trajectory of our business ever since.
And like the first time I was on a cover of a magazine, it took me about 3 weeks to decide to do it.
Why?
Because I wasn't sure, as someone who's always kind of done their own thing, floated in the background, I wasn't sure if I wanted to be out in center, for one. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, how much of my life do I really want people to know about me? But I had to think about it. Okay, these people are trusting you with their babies. Like, this is like their life's mission.
Yep.
They have to get to know you as well.
Yep.
So it was kind of like, if I'm pushing my clients, I got to push me at the same time.
Definitely.
So years ago, I did it, and it was like, okay, people like, oh, wow, sometimes you sit in your office and you cry. Yes. I said, yeah, sometimes you cry, human. Sometimes you scream. Sometimes you sit back and you say, okay, let me remember my why.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, like when someone says thank you, it's a game changer.
It really is.
It just does what needs to be done at that moment. I just say it that way.
I know that's right.
It keeps you going.
So how do you approach building marketing strategies that are both creative and operational?
Ooh. So, when you think about marketing, it's all about the P's, right? We already know about the product, pricing, all of that.
Yep.
When it comes to the creativity of the brand, once again, it goes back to the soul of the brand. What's their long game?
Yeah.
I don't want to know just your goals for the next 6 months. I want to know what they are for the next 10 years. And let's reverse engineer that.
Yeah.
When it comes to the creative side, I look at who each person is as a part of that goal or a part of that team. And then I create something around that person. I don't care if I got to shadow you for a day to see what a day in your life is like.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do in your fun time? Let's go to one of your places and have some fun.
Yeah.
Hey, you said one time on an interview that the best chicken wings in Houston. Let's go there.
Yeah.
And let's sit there. Let's talk business. What are some things? Okay, we're in this restaurant space. What are the things in here you like?
Yeah.
So I want to get to know the person, and then that helps me in turn be a little bit more creative in what I do for them. But then I'm a person, like you said, thinking the future. I think about the next marketing trend. I don't think about the old ones or the ones that's out.
Right.
I look at what's
coming down the pipeline.
What's coming, and then we market towards that, and then we reverse engineer and do what's current.
How long you been in business with your marketing and business consultations?
Well, as a firm, since 2019. Mm-hmm. As an individual, probably last 20 years.
Yeah.
But I was just a backpack person. It was just being a backpack and a laptop and a portable printer, and I just used to go, right? And then, but I would just do stuff for fun. That was vacation money. That was club money. I never thought about turning it into a business. But my dad kept saying, Candace, you can't just, you can't keep doing this for chicken wings. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Because I was one of those people like, okay, hey, if you have a house cleaning, you need a website. I need cleaning services for the next 3 months, 4 months. You know what I mean? Like, that's me.
Yeah.
So I was doing the barter thing because I felt like it was helping them grow, but at the same time,
it was helping you.
But they're my guinea pigs too.
Yep. And that's what people don't look, girl. You about to give me the preaching
hey,
over here.
Hey, let's go. But we can preach all day. That they were the guinea pigs. We can barter, but it has to be of equal value.
Yep.
And it has to be something that's advantageous for both parties.
Absolutely.
A lot of times in business, we look at networking and we think partnershiping with someone. Sometimes it doesn't come across in the same value, right?
Right.
So my parents were like, "Hey, you got to put a price sign on
this. A tag
this.
to it, yeah.
It got to have a tag, and even if you zero out the invoice to somebody, send them an invoice so they understand the worth."
And see, that's where I had to learn, because when I first, I was the CEO of another company, mm-hmm. and then God pulled me into this vision. So I already knew what business should look like. So I'm already like, setting up volunteer programs, bargaining with people, because I know that I have to build something. I'm new to this industry, so I have to figure out my processes. I have to figure
mm-hmm.
out my policies, procedures, things like that. And when I first started doing that, everybody was just like, "What are you doing? People charge $10,000 for this." And I'm like, are we finna give them $10,000 worth of work? We're not. Like, we're just getting started. Like,
But we have to build trust.
we have to build trust.
have to build trust.
And this is helping us. They only saw it as we're giving away free work. And I didn't see it like that. I didn't see it as free work. I've said these people are trusting us to do their interviews or whatever it is that we're doing. And we're figuring out our process to figure out, does this work? Should we change the camera angle? Is this a good backdrop? Should we do it a different way? You know, and we did that for like 2 years. And then it got to the point where, okay, our product, our recipe, we have it. It works. It's proven. It looks nice. It tastes good. Now it's $10,000.
There you go.
But everybody doesn't understand that process. It's like, soon as they get it, it's like, well, I spend my money. I invested in this, that. I need to make it back. So I'm charging this person $3,000. And I'm like, but you giving them $200 worth of work. So yeah, you'll get that first client, but the client is not going to come back because
and no referrals either.
Exactly.
And a lot of times too, as an entrepreneur, what you can give away and what you can't. If it costs me money, I know I can't give it away. But if it's something that I can sit down with the tools and the resources I already have and put it together for you, then I'm okay with giving that service away, but it will have a price tag so you can know. But if it's something that I have to pay for in order to produce for you, I got to invoice you. I have to do it. So look, it was years of building a lot of guinea pigs. Because a lot of people
shout out to all the guinea pigs.
Man, look, and a lot of people don't want to admit that they failed in business. I have failed several times.
Yeah, me too.
And the reason why is because I didn't have a team. I wouldn't trust people with my vision enough to think that they can help me grow it.
Exactly.
And truthfully, I didn't want to be CEO of my company.
See, and I think that was the game changer for me because I came from being the CEO of another company. I had a team. I had 100 employees under me. I had a team of 7 people that worked directly under me. So I knew what the power of team could do. So when I came over here, I didn't have a product or a service, but I had a team.
But you had a team.
I had a team, but we didn't, I did it the opposite way, but I knew why I was doing it. I was like, hey, I'm not trying to just scale right here and make $100,000. Like I didn't leave my previous job to come over here and make $100,000. Like I want to do big things, and I know I can't do that without a team. So I invested in a team first, and we figured out our way after that.
And it was crazy. Like with me with a team, it more so came about because of the amount of work that I had coming in. I had a lot of work coming in, and I got into a car wreck. And so when I got into the car wreck, it was like, okay, well, you're in a wheelchair. Hey, look, I could pop some wheelies though. I was popping some wheelies in my wheelchair. Girl. But I couldn't get around. I couldn't run, jump, and if a client called tomorrow, hey, can you get on a red eye and fly out? I couldn't do that. So I had to get a team, but then I started thinking about people that I trusted. I needed to trust people with my vision, and I did. And I needed to open up about it because the more I kept it inside, it was just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It wasn't growing. It wasn't going anywhere. So I trusted some great people. And we did a 5-year plan in 2.5 years. We coasted those 2.5 years, and now we're going on with the next 5-year plan.
See, that's amazing. That's amazing. I was just telling my mom, because I do the same thing. I do strategic planning. I work off a 5-year plan. And I had a 5-year plan when I first started this business, but like I said, I had another job. So this was a slow thing. I was gonna take my time because my career was what was important to me. And so after God snatched me and said, no, you're gonna do this full time, my 5-year plan, like, we're already there, like now we're having to create another plan. But that's the power of planning. So I'm glad we brought that up. Do you strategic plan a lot with a lot of different things or just in business?
Everything.
Me too, girl.
Look, everything. Look, even on a dating situation,
I was just about
to give them hell. Hey, I give them hell because I know what I'm coming with.
Yep, me too.
I know what I'm coming with, and you got to match it.
Right.
You ain't got to match me dollar for dollar because I can outwork you already. But you got to match my hustle in some kind of way. I agree. You got to match me, and you got to match me and compliment in some type of way. Because dollar for dollar, I'm gonna leave you behind. But when it comes to everything else, we can work.
Definitely. I'm the same way. I had a whole plan. I was supposed to be married last year. I haven't even met him yet. But in my plan, I was supposed to be married last year. But, sometimes you just got to trust God's timing. But I plan and I understand, like you say, the value that I come to the table with. In anything, whether it's a relationship, whether it's business, whether it's a partnership, if me and you just going to get together and work out together, no matter what it is, I know what I'm coming to the table with. I know the value that I bring, and I know what I expect.
Yeah. And a lot of times we, as entrepreneurs, we hate to ask and we hate to put expectations out because we don't want to be known as like a diva, know-it-all, or, someone who, because I've been told that people are intimidated by me. And I said, no, you're intimidated by the brain. Yeah. You're not intimidated by Candace. You're intimidated by the brain of Candace. Yeah. But get to know Candace. Right. Because at the end of the day, look, I'm a mushy person. I like to sit in my house in my pajamas, play music very loudly, and just kind of veg out. Like that's who I am at my core. A lot of people think because of what I do and I'm out and about, I'm an extrovert, but I'm really an introvert.
Cause it sounds like me. When is your birthday?
June 27th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cancer
June
vibes.
27, H-Town. Okay.
Yeah, H-Town, Cancer vibes.
Yep. Okay, so let's talk about empowerment through media and mentorship. Ooh. Your radio show. Yeah. Which, call you girl. I love to come on. Okay. But it has become a platform for entrepreneurs and nonprofits. What's the mission behind the show?
I want hidden jewels to be known. Yep. Like I tell people, I don't care if you've been in business 5 minutes. You need that first piece of marketing. I'm telling you, like, hey, you got a DBA, it's go time. Yeah. You know why? Because you took that time to do that. You put your name on something. You came out with a vision. You said, this is the plan. This is what I want to do. Yep. I want people to know about it. So really my radio show kind of was like a twofold thing. I had clients that I needed to get publicity for. So what better way to get clients that are clients that pay me for marketing to get them publicity than have my own radio show? Yep. It just made sense. But let's be real. I didn't know what I was doing at first. I was talking about stock tips. I didn't know what I was doing at first. Talking about radio, like, what? Seriously, I didn't know at first. Like, I think it took me like 4 or 5 shows before I was like, okay. Yeah. But we got a good formula down, and we were one of the top internet radio shows on Sunday nights from 7 to 9. And it was just all about showcasing an entrepreneur and getting people behind their journey. Because that's what it's about. We can talk about your business for a good 5 minutes. Right. But the other 2 hours, we going to talk about some life stuff. Right. And what that really look like. And we're going to jam their favorite music along the way. Because each guest is the DJ for the night. So they're going to give me their playlist. Because I call it the money hits, right? So what are your money hits? What are the songs that you put on when you finna close that deal? What's the songs that you put on when you getting ready for that meeting or to hype your team up? What are those songs?
So let's talk about that right now, because that's some of my fun questions I put at the end. But since you brought it up, what are some of your songs? So when you're getting ready to be prepared, when you're getting prepared for a big meeting, what you vibing out to?
Opera.
Girl, opera? Yeah. Oh, I love it.
I like opera. Now, as far as my theme music, because, every superhero got to have a theme song. Okay. And I learned that from my dad. So my theme song is Doing It to the Death, Part 1 and Part 2 by the JBs, which is, James Brown and his band. Mm-hmm. But as far as like what I'm finna pull up to, opera. Wow. I love opera. Anything Maria Callas. Oh,
it just gets you in the vibe.
Price, like any of the arias that they have performed are absolute magic. Yep. But don't get me wrong, I'm real ratchet too. I'm gonna throw on some other little stuff, Yep. Throw some other music as well. Yep. But those are my money hits. So I'm gonna pull up and rock out, and then I'm gonna walk in and
do your thing. Yeah. And what about if you're trying to like amp up the team, get the team moving and energized? What y'all cutting on?
Some Meek Mills.
Me too, girl. It's cool.
We either gonna pull out some Meek Mills, or what song my team really love? I guess because most of them are female. Single ladies, Beyonce. Oh yeah. Like they really get into that. Yeah. And even some throwback stuff from the 90s, some TLC and some Diggable Planets. Like we're gonna really turn it up, but we just have fun with it. Like we don't take ourselves too seriously at all.
I love that.
Yeah, we just kind of pull up and hang out.
Yeah. So you've served as a business coach, judge, and mentor across Houston programs. What keeps you committed to that work?
we have to train our replacements.
Amen.
That's really what keeps me going. We have to train our replacements in every field, whether it's technology, if it's fashion merchandising, like it doesn't matter. We have to train our replacements.
Yes.
You know, because if we don't give them the knowledge and the wisdom that the last generation gave to us, we have to spread it. We have to keep it going. And, you know, look, don't get me wrong. I'm cool with pulling up on the red carpet with my clear cane and,
I know, that's
you know what I'm
right.
saying, my shiny suits. I'm cool with that, you know. But at the same time, I want people to know that there's greatness out here and we don't have to hoard our knowledge.
Yes.
We don't
Preach,
have to hoard
Candace.
it. We don't have to hoard our knowledge. We don't have to gatekeep. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to gatekeep a phone number. You don't have to gatekeep a contact or email or even your strategy, because nobody's going to do it like you anyway.
Exactly.
I can tell you my business strategy. I can tell you what I'm going to do in the next 90 days, and you can try to mimic it, but you're not going to do it the way I'm going to do it. And whatever you have going on, I can't do it the way you do it.
Exactly.
So it's better for me to collaborate and assist you in getting your dream off the ground. You collaborate and assist me with getting my dream off the ground. And then we can both look at each other and say, okay, well, let's reach back.
And grab somebody.
Generation. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We have to.
I love that.
Yeah.
So navigating business with purpose. Mm-hmm. Your list of accolades is extensive.
I know. I didn't even send you all of them.
Girl,
I did not.
You are doing all the things, but some of them from Women for Purpose magazine, the top influential woman by 180 Life. Sorry, messing that up. Why is this important to you to bring advocacy into business spaces?
Community, all we got.
Yep.
And community is who pays us. So what do I look like being someone who can feed off the community, eat off the community, but can't give back to community?
And community is just it's the driving force, you know. Like when I got the vision from God about this place, He gave me the name Community Cultivation Network. I had to go like really read into that. I'm like, community cultivation. Like, I know what cultivation means. I get community, but like, what? You know, but I'm a spiritual person. So when God says this is what it's going to be, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So as this has developed, and now when I look at it, I'm like, thank you, God. Yeah. Like, thank you for choosing this as a business for me, because this is what it takes. Like, community is what's going to scale you from the next level to the next level to the next level. And I get to start with community. Like, my business is built on community. It's in the brand. It's who we are. And it's a business model. Like, thank you.
But, you know, you have to look at it from a standpoint of who's your reach?
Yep.
Who do you want to reach?
Yep.
Who has your message reached in the past? And where do you want it to go? So we could talk about different movements that are out here, but if we don't, every business needs to start a movement in some way.
Yes. So, Candace, how do you stay grounded and energized with leading in so many capacities? Because I need to know.
Sometimes it's the energy of what I'm thinking the event is going to be, or the project, or what this conference is going to be, or this workshop, right? So sometimes I look at it from the standpoint of what energy I'm going to get. Because, like, sometimes when I see different flyers and different things that I do, I get really excited. Yeah. Different programs, I get excited about them, especially when I read The Journey. It's all about the journey. Yep. So, look, I'm going to go ahead and internet stalk someone. I'm going to find out everything, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, I could get behind this person. Yeah. Or I could get behind that. And then sometimes I have to look at it like I'm the person that's going to change the whole atmosphere in the room. Yep. Sometimes you're the person that brings the energy. Yep. So sometimes I'm like, I mean, you know, people don't know, I sit in my car and I have to hype myself up to go in and hype them up. Yep. But
that's so real.
Yeah. I have to hype myself up to hype them up. But I love it because I love the responsibility of that. And the thing about it is, like I said, I'm a person who wants to make sure that their clients are seen, heard. So why not be in the same community spaces and help the entrepreneurs be seen and heard and appreciated? Why not?
Why not? Yeah. When you gonna let me come intern for you? I volunteered. Man, I just want to be there.
I need to come over here and volunteer with you. Look, we can CEO,
together,
man. We can come. Look, she don't even understand. she want to threaten me with a good time. She don't know. I pull up here tomorrow with some coffee at 8 o'clock. Be like, girl, you ready?
You ready? I know that's right. I'll be like coming through the door like, yep, I'll be ready in 5 minutes.
That's it. Let's do it. I'm cool with that.
I love that.
Anytime.
So let's talk about your code for success, because I'm a lot like you in certain ways. I research people.
Yeah.
I watch, I sit in the background. I don't say much, I just pay attention. But when I see something in people that I'm like, oh, I like that, I go and I do all my research. So I was actually introduced to you through Chris Allen.
Yeah.
And I trust Chris. So when Chris says, hey, this is somebody you need to know, that means that's somebody I need to know. But when I met you in person, I think we were at an event and you were on the red carpet. You were, I think you were hosting the red carpet.
Yeah, I was hosting the red carpet.
And I just was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is amazing. So I started to go do all my research, and you're really who you say you are, or you're really who everyone else says you are.
Who has time for representatives?
Yes,
like,
it
who
is.
has time for that? Like, I'm one of them people, either you all in or you all out with me. Like, I don't have time to fake the funk with people. And besides, when you fake the funk with people, you miss out on the gems.
Yes.
You miss the wisdom.
Yes.
You miss the gems, and you miss the opportunity because you're so busy trying to keep up something that you never had in the first place. Look, I'm one of them people. I done dealt with people that have rented cars, rented outfits, rented shoes. And I sit there and I'm looking at it like, wait, why are you telling me something that's not true? When on the other flip side, I'm the person who helps you with your business and see all your receipts.
Stop it. Just stop.
Don't be the representative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like this. I don't like it in dating, so I don't want to do it in business.
Yes.
And I don't want to do business with anybody who brings me their representative.
Yes, I want the real person.
Look, I done gave back many a checks. You'd be surprised.
Keep it.
Yeah. Because like if I see something, not necessarily from a judgmental standpoint, but if I see something that I feel like is ethically wrong on a business standpoint, that, borders illegal, now let me give you back your money.
Yeah.
Or if I see something where you showed me the representative, but I'm seeing a real you online, I gotta let you go.
That's not gonna work.
No, and if you're a person who don't give to community more than writing checks, put in some time somewhere.
And I think
I gotta give you back your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's important for alignment, because you can't work with everybody. And I recognize that once we figured out exactly what our recipe was and how we want to serve and show up in the community, the first thing I start telling my team is everybody's not for us, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because we've been through this. So when I show you this recipe, I know for sure you need all 3 of these. You need all stages of these.
Yeah.
But you just want this. Then I'm going to give you this, and by the time we get to the end of the project, I done gave you all of this, but you only paid for it. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We have to align, because I have exactly what the people who need my service need.
Yeah.
So I'm for them. I'm not for everyone. And I recognize that in the work that you do, and I recognize that you're a servant.
Yeah.
And that's what I love so much.
I mean, we have to remember that.
Yeah.
We have to put our stamp and our spin in things.
Yes.
Because a lot of times you could be that person at Catalyst to create something great within those community spaces.
Yep.
And a lot of times people don't know what they need till they need it.
Yep.
So I'm one of those people, you may need a marketer. I'm just here for the meeting.
Yep.
But you might need me for marketing.
Yep.
You might need me to volunteer and stand at the door.
Yep.
Because it's so funny. A lot of people know me for the red carpet stuff and the radio stuff more so than my marketing firm, which is one of the best ones in the city.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I knew you for, was on the red carpet.
Yeah.
And then when I start looking into it, I'm like, bruh.
Yeah. Global.
It's amazing.
Global award winner. Global.
Girl, you the bomb.
If people be like, wait a minute, what? And I'd be like, I know, right? Because I just show up in some jeans and a t-shirt.
Yep.
And
that's how it be, though. Those are people you got to pay attention to.
Yeah, just come to my office with a great cold beverage and we good.
And we good to go.
That's it.
So speaking of serving, you've helped hundreds of businesses through COVID.
Yeah.
Girl, with free marketing services.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for the business owners about leading with service?
How do I say it? You have to do what's in your heart.
Yeah.
And for me, I couldn't have someone else call me on the phone and tell me they had to close. And I was one of those people, I was live on the radio, and somebody hit me up and was like, hey man, don't run that check. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on, let me go to a music break. And I was like, oh, this Candace Joseph, I'll be right back from your music break, and I'm on the phone like, wait a minute, what? I'm thinking you calling in to give me some feedback on the topic of the night.
They calling to tell you don't cash that check.
Yeah, but when I looked at my phone after I got that one phone call, I had like 4 more text messages. Similar. Yeah. And it was just kind of like, I told my team, like, we gotta do something. So when you talk about leading and being a part of our community, you got to show it. You can't say you for community and don't show it. You can't say that you for other small businesses, that you support small business, that you support all these people. You can't say it and don't do it.
Exactly.
So for me, I put my money where my mouth was, and I bankrolled every project. So, my team is a team full of entrepreneurs. They have their own brands, but we created a house.
Yep.
That's just how it go. But if you tell me such and such website is $500, I'm giving you $500.
Yep.
Because I want them to stay in business.
Yep.
And a lot of those businesses, man, it's kind of cool. They still here.
They still rocking and rolling.
They still rocking. I think last count, it's probably about 6 or 7 that have actually closed out of the 289 that we helped.
Wow.
From COVID. Like, they stayed in business. I didn't care what they needed. I didn't care if they just needed a pep talk, the joke of the day.
Yep.
Because I sent out jokes, I sent out memes, So I didn't care. Whatever I needed to do to keep you motivated about business. If you got 20 things on your menu, let's scale it down to your top 5 for the next 6 months.
Yep. Which leads me to my next question. Yeah. How do you teach entrepreneurs to find their niche in their own voice?
With me walking with a cane, I was so surprised how many people told me they didn't take me up on business behind a cane. Oh, man.
Girl, what?
It wasn't until I started popping. Then it was like, oh, wait, she got a brain. Yeah, I got a brain, but I got an invoice for you too now.
Oh, yeah.
Because, it seemed like all those people had to figure out a way they all circle back.
Yeah, and it always happens like that. Even with me, like coming from working for my mom, like, and my grandfather, everyone just thought things came easy. Like, things was just given. Like, even the studio, they're like, well, you got a whole studio was given to you. I'm like, I swear to God, I could show you the mortgage. Nothing was given. Yes, it's been in my family, but we had to purchase this from my mom, who purchased this from her mom. Like, nothing is given, and I just used to get so wrapped up. I'm gonna prove to them that I'm smart. I'm not just some spoiled little girl. Nah. You could think, I could care less. You could think whatever you want. But if you take the time to talk to me, work with me, come to the studio, be around me, you'll see who I am.
I started my business with $500 that my friends gave me in a Red Lobster.
I know that's right.
Sit in a Red Lobster restaurant, they gave me $500.
And said, we believe in you.
Let me tell you something. I had a laptop that the screen was half broke. It was one of them laptops where the screen was kind of, the hinge was broke. You had to kind of put you something in the back of it to hold up the screen.
It up.
Man. And you got that one little blue line running up the side of it. Like, people don't even realize, like, after my wreck, I almost lost it all.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because, like, you have to financially put yourself back together. You have to mentally put yourself back. Because I spent, like, $60,000 first 3-4 months trying to rehabilitate.
Yeah.
Because I was doing therapy, like, every day.
Yeah.
And then I had someone privately come in my home and do therapy. Like, people don't realize, like, what it really takes to kind of get into business. But once I got the $500 for our friends, I said, oh, y'all for real. Y'all believe in me. And it was like, yeah.
We got it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So you can go back to that question.
All right. So, yep, we love it. All right.
You say how you want. I'm cool with that.
So, how do you teach entrepreneurs to find their niche in their own voice?
I listen to them, but I ask them about their childhood. And we sit there and we play a game of chess. If they don't know how to play chess, I'm going to teach them the basic rules of chess. And we're going to go through some movements while they tell me about their childhood. And I'm going to ask probing questions about, like, their favorite artist. What was their style like, clothing-wise? A lot of times people don't realize what you read, what you listen to, what brands you wear in your body. It all tells me a little bit about you.
Yeah.
So I narrow the niche down by asking those questions. But then, like I said, I want that day in the life. I want to follow you around. Oh man, you going to the grocery store? Let me go with you. I think I need to pick up some stuff for some salad.
Yeah.
And I walk with you and I see what you put in your basket, but I'm asking you about your dreams and what you want to do at the same time. And then I look at your current offerings and I ask you about your top money makers.
Yeah.
Your top customers, what field are they in? What industry are they in? And then we just narrow it down. We put it like in a spreadsheet. We narrow it down, then we look at everything, and then we just, do a cross-pollination of both, of your dreams, your hope, your past, and what your current numbers are. Because a lot of times we don't want to look at numbers.
Yeah.
But we got to look at numbers.
Yes, numbers matter. I definitely learned that from my background in accounting.
Yeah.
People are blessed when they sit with you. So, community representation and legacy. You received a honorary doctorate of divinity,
Yeah.
countless community awards, and now have Candace Joseph Day. When you think about legacy, what does that truly mean to you, Candace?
I guess you could say I just want to be known as that friend. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I am your, business guru. I am that 'cause that's what people call me. But I want to be known as the friend of your business.
I love that.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what I want to be known for. It's just a friend of the business. I got my cheerleader skirt on for you. I want people to know, your cheerleader is here, your
Right.
servant is here. How can I help you? That's what the legacy is. Everything else don't really matter.
Yeah, it just comes with it.
Yeah.
What do you want the next generation of Black women entrepreneurs to know about power, positioning, and being seen?
Do it your way. Do it your way.
It's that simple.
Do it your way. Be authentic in yourself. Show up how you are supposed to show up. Be you, of course, but do it authentically and do it with no fear. It doesn't matter if something doesn't work out. It doesn't matter if somebody tells you no. It doesn't matter if they don't see the whole vision. Nobody's gonna see your whole vision. I said just do it and make your name along the way.
For sure.
Pull somebody up. Yeah.
Yeah, and enjoy the journey. That's
Got
something
to.
I definitely had to learn because it's like work is so hard. Like we're gonna get there. Then it hit me. It's like there is no destination because whatever level you get to, there's another level that you can get to.
Yeah.
So it's just enjoy the journey because now the things that I'm dealing with today, I think back 3 years ago, I was praying for days like today. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like enjoy it. Just enjoy the journey.
And it's like anytime I get an award, it's like the first award. Cause I'm just doing what I do. I
Right.
don't look at it too seriously. I don't look at it like I can't get awards. I don't look at it like I can't celebrate others. When people send me things to nominate people for awards, I nominate other people. I never nominate myself.
Yeah.
And people are like, that's crazy. And I said, no, you don't get it. I see the greatness in others.
Yes.
How can they bring it out in me? Because I want to bring it out in them. Let's give each other our flowers in whatever capacity it looks like.
So I want to ask you something because I'm the same way. I feel like I can see greatness in others, but that's because God has shown me that I need to see the greatness in myself. Mm-hmm. Did you go through a process like that where God had to just sit you with yourself and you to learn, Candace?
Yeah, the whole year I was in that wheelchair.
Yep. It always be something going on. It was COVID for me.
But during COVID, I ate. I don't even think you understand. COVID was even with everything we gave away, we got so much business in the same process.
Yep.
Because we didn't mind traveling during COVID. A lot of companies didn't travel.
Yeah.
We pulled up to business locations,
We pulling up.
We pulling up. And when you talk about having that quiet moment, I think every week something happens where I have a few minutes to myself and I sit back and think. But for me, honestly, when I had the car wreck, it changed my outlook on a lot of things. Because things that I never thought about. I never thought about handicap stickers and where to park and making sure in every building I'm in, how do the people that are handicapped, how do they get out? If something happens, a fire or anything like that. I never had those thoughts before, right? On a personal level. But then on a business level, I had to think, okay, I'm going through medical treatment. I'm not physically faster and I'm not mentally fast. I'm fast, but I used to be a lot faster.
Yeah.
Right? So I need to get around people who can think faster, move faster than I can. And then I have to realize if something tragically had happened to me, who was I going to leave this knowledge to?
Yeah.
So let me get a team of people around me who I can grow, give the knowledge to, see them grow in their own pathways, and let's see what we can do together. That's
Beautiful,
it.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So one thing I like to do before I close out the show is talk to my youth, talk to my young people, because I feel like if you are a young person, you're taking the time to watch a podcast such as this, then we deserve to speak straight to you. So for the young people out there, especially like in media that's wanting to do media things or community service type things, what is your advice to them?
Ooh, advice to the youth. We see you.
Yes.
And we want you to pour your greatness on us.
Yes.
We want you guys to pour your knowledge on us. You guys have things and technologies we didn't have. You guys are picking it up faster, you're learning it faster, you're putting it down faster, and your creativity knows no bounds. We love the fact that you guys are fearless, and we want you, teach us how to be more fearless like that.
That's right.
For the youth, I say this, do it your way. We're ready for you. We're waiting for you. Come join us, because we want to join you.
Man, that's the best advice to the youth right there. I'm going to have to steal that the next episode. So, Candace, how can people connect with you, work with you in your consulting firm, or even tune into the radio show?
Ooh, the radio show is on like 10 networks. I'm partnering with some magazines as well, online magazines, so you get that greatness as well. But Candace the King on Instagram, Candace Joseph on all platforms, the Joseph Consulting Firm on all platforms, and the Business Knowledge Broker Hour on all platforms and YouTube. Listen, if you need me, it's Candace at Joseph Consulting Firm, or give me a call, 713-256-7907. That's my personal number. Get at me. Let's go. It's go time. Let's get started.
Definitely. So, y'all, this has been another great episode. As y'all know, I like to bring on CEOs and founders that could just drop game and help us elevate to the next level. What I want you to know is that your vision, your business, your passion, it's important. It matters. Do what you got to do. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Business Talks with Jazmin J. It's your girl, Jazmin J, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace. If you heard something on this platform that helped you, do me a favor. Follow, like, subscribe, and share so that we can help the next person.